August the 6th, 2025. Guys, you're looking at the USGS earthquake map, and I have this set for going back 30 days, and it has to be a 4.5 quake or higher. And we're dealing with a ring of fire. Let's look at this. And you can see there's only, in 30 days, only one quake that's a 4.5 or higher here along the San Andreas. And here you're dealing with some sevens. That was a 7.3 off Alaska. But over here, guys, we had up to the 8.8. And as I pull this up, it really hasn't slowed down. Now, the intensity is not as high as it was, but the amount of quakes, again, this is 4.5 plus, has continued. Now, why would it be so concentrated here? We saw pressure along the off the Alaskan Aleutian Islands here, and then we saw it move over here. Now, we know that two volcanoes went off after the big quake, and one of them is the largest and highest in Eurasia, highest in what they call the Siberian Peninsula also, and it's located right here, and it may have a lot to do with this, because, and this may not be over with, that's why I'm coming here, we're still getting rising heat signatures from around this volcano. And that is saying that what's happening is the plate, let me back this out. This plate is moving from the Pacific under Kamchatka. And so, of course, any friction in here and any of the lava vents and volcanoes will be activated because of that friction and that movement and the heat and the lava rising. And our sun is directly related to a lot of this. But again, this volcano, I want to get a little more detail on this thing right here. Let's change this information slightly. Now, this volcano, again, it is very large. They call it Klyuchevskoy. If I don't butcher the name, it's very similar or very close to that. But let's pull it back up right here to Klyuchevskoy. And what I want to do is I want to add the heat signature for this section. And let's pull this up. Now, this is heat anomalies, and they're continuing to rise. Offshore, we're seeing the quakes increase. And again, this volcano, I'll show you a side image of it, is huge. And again, the largest in the Siberian Peninsula and the largest in Eurasia. This heat signature is directly, I think, related to a sunspot group right now. Plus, we've seen the tilting of the planet, 151 miles for the north for the intertropical convergence zone, and we're getting pressure between, I think, the sun, the Earth tilting, and the moon trying to balance it out. The moon has extreme power. If it can move 75% of the surface of the planet in the tides, then gravity is directly related to that. But right now we're dealing with a sunspot group, and we're dealing with increasing pressure of this plate moving under Kamchatka and keeping the pressure on both volcanoes. One volcano hadn't went off there in about 5,000 or 6,000 years. Now this one it goes off more than that, but right now the heat is building. That's what we're looking at right there, guys. Let me back this out, and I'll show you exactly where we're at. Back it out just a little better right here at this. Here's the volcano. Let me put that back on. And you can see the heat signature. What is this? Is that lava movement in that direction? And we're still getting venting and things like that, but they're definitely watching this particular monitor. And what that's telling me is if we have any solar activity at all in the next few days, it's going to increase the heat. It's going to, then the way it does that is our magnetic lines of force pick up this energy, and it transfers through the Earth's surface. And any type of CME or solar flare can increase the pressure on the tectonic plates also. Now, this was updated today, August the 6th. See this afternoon. Thermal anomaly is high. Started out last month here. It wasn't that bad. And then we had the quake right here at the end of July. But today's thermal heating or thermal anomaly is the highest it's been during this entire section. This goes back to July 7th almost 30 days now, 31 days. And this is an image over here again of the anomaly itself. So we're not out of the woods yet, guys, on this quake. Now, what we have to keep an eye on is not only here, but going back over towards the Alaskan area. And remember the video I did a few nights ago about Mount Hood steaming there inside of Oregon? Now, I think we're about 20 miles inland from the Pacific Ocean or the Bering Sea area to this volcano, so it's inland somewhat. But I want to show you a picture of this thing. Check this out. Now, we're not dealing with just a normal volcano. Again, the highest in the Siberian Peninsula, highest in Eurasia. And you can see that the area is pockmarked with volcanic cones all through this area. Big, beautiful mountain, but very powerful at the same time. And some of that heat signature could be coming from some of this vents around this area and actual lava moving through and up into this mountain itself. Now let's take a look at the SDO images of the sun now. This is current. 4165 and 4168 are very active areas. You got multicolors in here that gives you multi-magnetic configurations. And the higher they are, guys, the more chances for the X flares and the strong flares. And so right now, there's a lot of energy being poured from the sun also. But if we have activity from this section, then you can see more earthquakes and more volcanic activity. All of this is tied together. The space weather is the Earth's weather on steroids. And one of the things, guys, we got a large coronal hole here. It's not the largest we've seen, but it's definitely Earth-facing, and it will be for the next few days. So that's increasing to the heat that's being transferred to our planet. Again, a magnetic hole like this, many call a hole in the sun, but it is just an opening in the magnetic canopy that you see enveloping the sun. And these loops, guys, it captures the solar wind and loops it back in and recycles it into the sun. But when they don't have a magnetic canopy like here, then that heat escapes, and this is an Earth-facing SDO satellite. But I just want to come in and talk about that. We're not quite out of trouble yet with the volcanoes and the earthquakes, especially in the northwestern section of the Ring of Fire, but we have to keep an eye on the whole thing. But guys, we're watching this. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.